I'm not kidding. There the world, eh, they train you as an economist to suck Keen's dick, but they train you to look on finances. But finances understand nothing more than a numerical representation measured by units of currencies to how productive or how much debt human economic financial activity. That's what it the money doesn't matter. It's just how we track score. It's how you play the game. And in the economics, it's how much do you produce, how efficient are you, and all that. And so you're completely blindsided to all the non-financial aspects that ultimately do go into economics. And look at this first time. When's the last time we did a podcast, gang? When's the last time? It's been months. And it's not because I didn't want to, it's not, but the majority reason, the main reason, God, coming up on 2.5 years I've had this house, is that I have been busy dealing with incompetence. That's the simplest way. This isn't old man boomer. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Old boomer Cappy yelling at clouds. I the I already knew about it, but I think what made it even more tuned into focus, when you're doing for your eye exam, number 1 and number 2, number 3 and number 4. Oh my God, 4 is really like this even made it. I got a phone. I got a Pixel here. Pixel phone. I took some video of a hike I was on. I'm like, and I have a I have a thumb drive that I put, but now even think about it. Let me go through this process. Okay, you ready for this fucking process? I hope you fuckwits at Microsoft all fucking die of cancer. I honest to God, a painful, slow cancer. So I remember the 90s. Remember the 90s kids? You put some kind of media into the computer, it would recognize it. There you go. Think about how simple this process should be. Sit the fuck down and think how simple this process should be. I got a camera. What everyone tells you, hey, you got a camera. It takes video and pictures. Okay. I logically, stupid, dumb fuck American that I am, I logically think I could take pictures and video. Go on a hike. I take some video. Now I have a thumb drive at home that's on one of my little dinky computers that's hooked up to the big screen TV, so that I wanted to have a slideshow. Oh my God, now I'm thinking about the slideshow software. Guys, I'm not kidding. Just think about this simple fucking project. This simple fucking thing that should be done in about 10 minutes. It took days. So my goal is to take all the pictures I've accumulated, digital pictures over the year, because you don't know where your pictures are. You took 1 billion pictures, you don't know where they are. I know where all mine are, and I went through them all, and I have them on one thumb drive, and I have the turned the right way. Sometimes they're on the side. All right, it was a long process. My goal was to get a thumb drive, put it on my computer, right click, slideshow, right? Have a slideshow on the big screen TV because I don't have enough wall space for thousands of pictures. And I want to remember, oh, look, yeah, I remember that time I went up to Canada. I remember that time that I hung out with Lucifer and Geronimo. That time, whatever it was. And there it is. I can actually see my pictures, unlike, I think, quite literally everyone else in the world who are fraudulent or hypocrites in this way. You're not going to see your pictures. They're going to sit strewn across different phones and different cloud accounts and backup. You don't know where they are. I know where all mine are. And so I got this, what I think is a very nice thing, a nice project. And the most amount of labor I thought was going to go into this was consolidating all the different drives, all the different pictures, all the different files, eliminating doubles or triples or quadruples, putting them on one consolidated drive, plugging in the computer, and then through Microsoft Photo or something, I'd have to be able to do a slideshow. I forgot another. So this is perfect. So the lightning strike, inefficiency again, fried that computer. I get a new little mini desktop computer. Doesn't have to be that powerful, just has to play things. So I plug it in, the thumb drive. I go to the computer and I fire it up. And this computer is trying to boot from the thumb drive because whatever fuckwits programmed it, whatever it is on the motherboard, decided to go through that. So now I got to go into BIOS and reorder the boot order. Say, no, dumb motherfucking assholes, boot like a regular fucking computer. It doesn't have that option. I looked this up. For whatever reason, my motherboard is different than the other motherboards. Why? Some cocksucking motherfucker who also needs to die of a slow, terribly painful cancer decided not to do it. So now on this computer, if I ever want, I can't just leave it in. I just can't leave the thumb drive in because it's going to boot from the thumb drive all the time. I'm going to have to reboot it again. So now I'm burdened with this inconvenience of putting the thumb drive in after turning. I have to remember to do. I just can't can't do it. So all right, fine. This inconvenient. I want to look at the pictures. We're having people over. All right, let's just fire this up. Fire it up. Put the thumb drive in. Now slideshow. What software do I want to use for the slideshow? So a while ago, you could use Microsoft Photo, I believe. And after some dicking around, oh, by the way, this is after finding out there was no slideshow option that would also play. Like, you just can't play media. Play all the fucking media. I don't care what the software says. We're a media player. No, you're not. Well, we'll play PNGs, but not JPEGs. We'll play JPEGs, but not MP4s. We'll play MP4s, but not those type of MP4s. We'll play MOVs, but they're not MP4s. Although I don't have MOVs because I don't think I've ever owned an iPhone. So I go into well, then it turns out Microsoft Photo, you gotta fire up the computer first, then plug the thumb drive in. Then you go to Photo. You go to that drive, select that drive. Way off in an obscure place, click, slideshow, it'll play them all. I got it. After dicking around, after fucking around, I finally got it to play the thing. And now, after hours of troubleshooting something that should just be right, I even got a media player at one time, like an actual media player, like as a physical device plays all media. Plug it in. It's right. It's not working that well. It doesn't recognize. It's supposed to be remote, So you're like, okay, play. And then all of a sudden you got 47 options. Like, oh my fucking God. Is there a fucking product out there? I plugged the damn thing in, right click, slideshow. Play all the fucking things on this thumb drive. Just do it. No. I had to get hardware to do it. And even then, the interface. What the fuck is with you assholes? Like, I'm a UI expert or UX, user experience. What's UX, user interaction? UI, UX. They're like, I'm a user experience expert. There's a commercial going around like, hey, I'm an affirmative action hire and I worked at Amazon and now I have my dream as a UX expert. What? For an IQ of 75? Who is in charge of the UX? Like, user experience means, okay, here's logic, how we lay out the interface for predominantly software, but our websites, so it should be intuitive and easy to figure out. Holy shit, talk about an industry that's fucking up its job. Honest to God, it'd probably be easier to become a computer programmer because at least that's logical. Some of the shit that I get, whether it's software or hardware, I'm like, what the hell is this? So I had to spend half an hour figuring that shit out. All boys and girls, all I want to do is look at my fucking pictures. I want to do you remember the day you right click slideshow? Boom, done. It's done. There it is. There's the pictures. Aaron, why are you so angry? Because every fucking little bit of progress, every fucking little project I like to do is complicated by a bunch of incompetent, complicated fuckwit morons. So the hardware started failing because, of course, it's horrendously inefficient because the TV's on the wall, right? And you got to get it a USB, and they put the right dead center in the back. So you got to like almost take off the damn TV, plug this thing in, put the TV back on. Just a fucking nightmare. Because why would you put the plug-in ports of the TV below where it's convenient? Why would you do that? No, just put them dead center of fucking back. I want you all dead. I want you all dead. So this thing starts to fail. I'm like, "All right." So I spend it had to be about 2 hours looking for another I'm sorry. Then I find out the Microsoft Photo trick, right? Microsoft Photo, and it works. I'm like, "Oh my god, it works." I got working on all the different computers with thumb drive. I got another thumb drive on another smaller, like, screen, like, "Okay, I could just there you go. It's perfect. It's wonderful." And that lasted 3 hot months. Then the cocksucking motherfuckers, you pe I hate you so much. I just hate you people so much at Microsoft. We do an update, and they actually took away functionality. You know that slideshow show thing you liked about Microsoft Photo? Yeah? Well, it's gone now, and I'm back to square one. This isn't getting my kids through college. This isn't repairing the car. This isn't coming up with a diet plan to help improve cholesterol or improve my health. This is getting a fucking slideshow to play on a goddamn computer in 2023. I go back to the internet. I'm like, okay, let me find some kind of obscure third party. I don't care if it fucking steals all my personal information, some obscure third party software. And through the research, I find out you have to download Microsoft Photo Legacy to get the old. They already had it back up. Like, hey, here it is. We found it out. God bless the 4chans of the United States. So I download, and now it finally works again. But to go through all that motherfucking shit, to go through and imagine all the different things you want to do in the world, but it is ground down like Soviet tanks in the mud in World War, just ground down to this glacial pace. You can't live. You can't progress. You can't live. You can't function. You just can't. And then what was the hell was it? There was something else I wanted to do. So yesterday, okay, I got the thumb drive. I got the software to play it. It's working now. Like, okay, we're back up. I get this video. I'm like, I want to put this video on the thumb drive, right? Now, there's another thing I remember. So it's on the camera, right? So you got to plug it into a computer so you can transfer it to a thumb drive, right? So I'm going to take the thumb drive out of the other computer. I got to, because I don't have that many USB ports. I set the thumb drive aside. I'm going to take my phone right here. I'm going to plug it into the computer. And in the olden days, I don't know if you remember this, you could just plug a thumb drive or another drive into a computer and recognize, oh, fuck no, not now. Grant permission. Do you want to grant permission? Scroll down. USB file transfer. And y'all know it's like, depends on what quantahi mood your computer and your phone are in. You cocksucking motherfucking fuckwits in the world of computer programming and computer design. I hope you all die of cancer too. Because maybe it works, maybe. And every time, let me tell you something, you UX assholes. Well, you know what we want? We want to plug the fucking thumb drive in and it pops up. That's what everybody ever wanted. What do you want to do? You keep asking us the question, what do you want to do when this device is plugged in? Open and explore. Why don't you remember that choice? Why don't you remember that choice? So every time, and it says, this drive is not functioning correctly. Yes, it is, you motherfuckers. I don't want its firmware installed on my computer. Just open the fucking drive. Phones? Oh, Christ, no. Oh, no. We have to go through granting permissions and drop menus. Plug in the phone. And it's one of those things where it just wasn't going to recognize, reboot the phone, update drivers, all this fucking shit to get a video of a stream, not a video stream of an actual stream made of water to put it on my thumb drive. After beating it into submission, I finally get the computer to recognize the phone and transfer the file. The file transfers. I take the phone and I'm looking at the icon on my computer. I'm like, why don't I see a thumbnail? It's an MP4. Why isn't it recognized? Double click, Microsoft pop up. You don't have the codec for this MP4. For 99 cents, you can buy. I'm going to fucking kill you all. I'm going to fucking kill you all. Oh my God. I think Microsoft was thinking about doing that like subscriber service. They, oh, if you'd like this, you have to pay a monthly fee. We cannot function as a society. Like we can't. You just can't. This is to get a video file from one computer to another. That's all this is. And it's turning into an hour and a half long process. Not because I'm so desperate to have this film of a stream go on my computer, but if I'm going to take other video, I want to be able to do it. But see, here's the problem now. Let's say I figure it out now for today, November 29th, 2023. What are you asshole fuckwits going to do down like next week with the latest update? What dysfunctionality? In other words, we have no rules of interacting or operating or engagement that last permanently. Never. It's going to be this constant. I have to become an IT expert in media, storage and data and transfer, just to do something that in the 90s, although they didn't have MP4s really, don't fucking do technically that file extension data. Shut the fuck up. Go fucking be a virgin somewhere else. It was so simple. You plug it in, it was recognized. There it is. There it is. And it's not just that. That's just one thing. One simple, not life critical thing. And I was going through just my to-do list. I'm looking at some of the older ones, like all this shit I had to do, either cleaning up other people's mistakes or people didn't do their job right. Turns out like there's some aspects of my deck that weren't done to code. Now I gotta go hunt these motherfuckers down. And I am, because I don't have anything else to do now. And I'd like to sit and enjoy life. You can't. You can't enjoy life. You just can't. Because even if you do go to work and make money, of which we've previously established and talked about before, I estimate roughly 70% of your time at work is wasted just cleaning up other people's mistakes. That obviously doesn't contribute new and genuine economic growth. Like we don't increase our standards of living. But man, once you leave work, all it is other people not doing the job 70% of the time. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to sound like some old man who's pissed off at society. We're not going to be able to function. I go, let me just show. I go to get gas. I don't want to go inside. And I go to the gas stations that have the shit together, which is not Sinclair. I've said this before, you will never get gas out of a gas pump at Sinclair with your credit card. It will not work. You have to go inside all the time because the computer interface doesn't. So I don't go there. I go to, out here, they got holidays. Sometimes you don't have a choice because you're hundreds of miles away from everything. But BJ's is a local one. And so I go to a BJ's and they're pretty good. Plug in. I'm going to get some gas. C cashier. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Who didn't do their job? Who didn't do their job? Now I have to add a 3-minute chore. So it's only 3 minutes. Fuck you. It would be one thing if it was just one 3-minute problem per week. It is multiple 3-minute problems every fucking day. And you just can't make progress. We have a bunch of fucking idiots, a bunch of entitled, lazy, worthless motherfucking moron. I'm describing them I'm not slamming on them. You have 3 generations now that have been brought up not to do their job, to do it correctly, and forget just even tradesmen. Obviously, for those of you that have a home, you know that tradesmen are awesome at that, but it's everywhere now. Everywhere. Every employees, those that choose to show up for work, mind you. Every single one, they're fucking up at every fucking mistake. You think supply chain is like, oh, well, there's a factory and then there's an assembly line and then it puts it in the trucks and then the trucks go. Yes, you are correct. Those are the big major components of the assembly line. But beneath that are thousands of individual choices and interactions and jobs that have to be done. The spring in the factory, the machine in the factory has to work, but if it's made of Chinesium, it's going to break. There's a whole other flank that's exposed. As all this crap you guys got coming in from China goes down and down and down in terms of quality, soon you're just going to have a styrofoam block for a car battery. Car batteries used to last 4 to 5 years. Now you're lucky if you get 2 to 3 out of them. So that's a whole that could be a whole book. But does the guy show up for job on time at the factory? Does he do his job right? Does the spring and all the thousands of moving parts of machinery in the machine do the job they're supposed to? Is the product then moved down at the right, and then it goes to the next machine? Is the next machine? It has to be perfected. And then it gets to is the truck going to be on time? Is the delivery guy going to deliver the right product to the right place? Very small thing. I go in. Secret to my success of dieting. I have coffee in the morning. Then I go and run my errands. If I have to go to town, I go to town. And then when I'm in town, I will get a Breve, small Breve made with heavy cream. No milk, no half and half. All right. So you just get pure fat. That staves off my hunger for later, and then I don't eat till 3 or 4 in the afternoon, maybe even 5 or 6 in the evening. Everyone does get their order screwed up. But when you go in, it's like heavy cream, da-da-da. And you can tell that college-educated idiot look. I don't know what he's fucking talking about, but I'm not going to ask anyone about it. I'm just going to make him something. And they must have screwed up the drink. She says, whatever, a hot Breve, heavy cream. I grab it going. Made with pumpkin spice sugar shit for the fat female sow before me. Which something else I was gonna think that what was it? It lessens your enjoyment of life. It delays. Oh shit, I lost my train. There's some other angle or aspect. It wasn't big, it wasn't critical, it wasn't vital, but it's like fuck. Fucking Christ. Can't you do this right? And you think, okay, labor productivity, labor force participation rate, all these classical economic measures. Yeah, okay, they measure nominal things. Guys, the real economics is one, not joking, women being fat and men not wanting to fuck them and form families anymore. And women not wanting to have families and fuck men either because men are fat too. All right, so the sexes are going away. That is what the fucking economy, that was ground zero for the economy. That was it. That's over. And I've been tooting that horn, and I wrote that book, A World Without Men, which is linked below. And it will show you what an economy would look like without sex. I don't mean like the sex is. I mean, without having sex is what the economy is going to look like. So that's linked below. The other thing is that we are at about a 70% rate, I'd say, of a broken window fallacy economy. Paul Krugman's probably masturbating daily over this right now, where everybody's cleaning up everybody else's mistakes. I'll give you another. Well, how many examples would you like? How many examples? I'll give you another example. Okay. It gets cold in South Dakota. You will get a couple days it's below zero. The Great One will be watching over my household, but the Great One may not be here all the time. We have an agreement that, shut off the water main in case it drops below zero. He's got it. But in case he gets called to work for a couple days And just it's something good to do because I don't know how long the great one's gonna be here. I'm not always gonna have a house sitter. So I got Govee, Govee. Never buy them. Never buy the products. Never again, you UX motherfuckers, go swim to Japan with a cinder block tied around your waist in Minecraft. There it is. Remote thermometer. You could pull it up on your phone. Think about I want you to think about all the wasted GDP, all the wasted labor, time, effort that went into this product by Govee. Sit and think this through. You see, okay, there's an app you download and it shows you the temperatures. So you take the thermometer, it's remote, you put it where you want it, and it'll tell you what the temperature is there. And then I foolishly thought, okay, well, then I get the app, we hook it up to the internet, and then when I'm away, I can see what the temperature is down in the basement. I can see what the temperature is at the solar panels. Perfect. Pull them up, put the batteries in, fire it up, get the app, recognizes it, rec- uh, connects to one, doesn't connect to the other because I got two. Reconnect, doesn't connect. Reconnect, connects sort of because you UX computer programming fuckwits didn't do it right. Or maybe the guy soldered it incorrectly. I have no idea. Someone, not me, before I took final possession of these products. Govee, go fuck yourself. Never buy Govee. Never. So I get them to kind of work, and I'm like, because this is what I want to do. I don't want a smooth process. I don't want a functioning product. Hey, this thing tells you the computer. And here I am still thinking the veneer of progress. Like, okay, I put it here, I turn it on, I hook it up, boom, we're done. Oh, fuck no. There's always, when have you bought a product that wasn't troubleshooting? When? When does it work? Like it was supposed to work the way you thought it would. And always some kind of cute, well, tee we forgot you had to sign up for an account too. I get them working enough. Think about that. It shouldn't be gray. It should either work or it don't. It should black or white. Does it connect or not? And so I get it there. I get it there. I got it on my phone. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm out. It's like it's working. I'm out running errands. I say, I wonder what the temperature is. And I pull it up. It's not connecting. I'm like, why is it? Because now I'm getting angry. Now I'm getting pissed off. Why is this not working? So here's what I find out. Get ready for you guys. Are you ready for just pissing away time? Get ready for this. Is like we just pissed away time. These thermometers don't hook up to the internet. See, you have to get Wi-Fi remote thermometers. And all they do, so they got a readout, like you can go and physically inspect the, like, okay, it's 73 degrees. It reads it out, a little digital readout. It hooks up only to the Bluetooth of your phone. It doesn't connect to the internet. So the only reason these Govee, by the way, Govee, never buy any of their products because they have a whole suite of security and this and that and all these electronic. I'm like, if this is how your fucking thermometers work, not to mention the shitty internet connection, it only hooks up to Bluetooth. So you have to be within 30 feet. So if you sit and think about it, the whole purpose of these thermometers with Bluetooth is the room is over. You're in your house, right? You're in your house. And for whatever reason, you're curious what the temperature is in the room next door or the basement down below. But you can't just say, well, I bet you it's pretty close to the temperature in the room I'm in now. The room over there is, I'm in this room. It feels like this. The room over there is that temperature. Must feel about the same. Or downstairs, which, well, it's probably a little cooler in the basement. I wonder what the temperature in the garage is. So the purpose of this thermometer is you're too fat and lazy to get off your fucking ass and go walk downstairs or or wherever the room next door to speak. Oh, what's the temperature like? You, for whatever reason, you're just like, I want to sit on this couch, but I really want to know what the temperature is in the room over. Because that's it. That's all it does. Now think of everything that went into the corporate executive types. The meetings are, hey, what product development, user experience, telling the Chinese how to the design, the engineering, electrical engineering, then the manufacturer, then the delivery, and then sending it to however many thousands of people who wasted hours of their time troubleshooting this shitty fucking app. This shitty fucking it doesn't do the thing it's supposed to. But that shows up on GDP figures. Paul Krugman's, geez, he's rubbing his jizz in his face. He's so excited. That doesn't occur. Then the internet goes out. Of course. Of course. Hang on. Oh. Oh. I don't care that GDP went up 5.2% revised. It's all fake. And the reason it's fake is because we're not producing it. That's not genuine new production. Damn near 80% of it, I gotta imagine now, is just, we fucked this up. Now let's do it again. It's the broken window fallacy. The economy is going to become nothing but a broken window fallacy economy. And I don't know about you because you can't measure it, but it doesn't make my life any better. It doesn't put me in a good mood when I got to troubleshoot and solve the puzzle as to how to get this fucking product to work. I'm going to recommend the steakhouse, Fuji Steakhouse in Rapid City. Okay. Went there for dinner last night. And the sushi is very good. I haven't had the steak, but I wanted sushi. Okay, we're going to go in. And I knew it was good before. They had good customer service. The first time I was in, took the GF there last night. We get seated. I don't think it was 30 seconds until Johnny on the spot, this kid who looks like he's from Portland, like this punchable white guy face, like, oh my God. I'm like thinking, man, he's got fleas in his beard. Who the hell is this? Sir, ma'am, how are you? He's quick. Can I take your drink order? Sure the hell can, kid. Boom! He's off to the races. Comes back. Boom, there's the drinks. Would you need more time with the menu? Yeah, you could. You're fast. Come in. He comes back about the right. He was paying attention. He's like, "You guys ready to order?" I'm like, yeah, we order. And then it's like the chitty chat time. I think it's going to be a while for our food gets here. Well, those Japanese sushi chefs must have been equally fast as Wild Bill Hickok. Bam! Food's out. Like, holy shit. We're eating. Can we get more extra ginger? Came out a minute later. Like, it just doesn't happen. We were in and out of there, I think, in 40, 45 minutes. We're done. He put, would there be anything else today? No. Here's your bill. Holy shit. I gave him I think it was like a 30 or 25% tip. I was just fat. I was like, holy shit. I thought you were going to be this, dildo up your ass Portlander, but holy cow, you got hustle, kid. That's the exception. That's production. That put me in a better mood. I'm sure nowadays, if you get good customer service, it's a breath of fresh air. But that's not the case anymore. And while you can measure, we could certainly deduct broken window GDP from the total GDP figure. And we could say, okay, we're not physically, tangibly that rich, or physical standards of living have not gone up by that much. Guys, we got our food, clothing, shelter kind of taken care of, I guess. I don't know about you, but having to deal with all this fucking nightmare scenario, this fucking incompetence at every corner, every turn, every interaction. That is what's really lowering the standards of living. That, I don't know how everyone's depressed and angry, pissed off. Yeah, I could imagine why. Okay, the sexes don't like each other that much. We're warring with each other. We're fat, disgusting, ugly pigs. I get it. All right. You take away love, there's not much left to live for. I guess everyone's a little bit depressed and sad. I get it. But me and you and everyone else having to go out and fucking pull teeth at every fucking corner. God almighty, I was on Fox News today. Someone sent me a link just to look, Fox News, I don't like it that much. All right. Can I read the article? Pop up, pop up. Shit, the whole fucking thing shifts down. You got this little inch wide strip down. I think that's the article I want to read. And here's some, hey, it's the latest podcast by Schmuckface. Oh my God, Schmuckface is popular. Schmuckface is cool. Look at this late 30s, a little bit of peppered beard, really handsome man. The Schmuckface podcast. Tune in now. Fleshy things. Do you want to have your ween? Do you want to accept all cookies? And no, you don't. Well, fucking enter in this 40-page request form to get the ones you do and don't want. Hey, it's Schmuckface. And literally after then it goes up. So now I got like half the screen I can read. Scroll down to continue reading. Go fuck a porcupine. You are not. Here's what it boils down to in the title of the show. This is what I realized. It is so bad, right? We are not going to have this is what's going to tank the economy. This granular biting, pulling, gnashing of teeth, pulling of teeth, just to get people to do what they said they're fucking supposed to do. We're not going to have an economy. That's going to have more of an effect on GDP. If you want to tackle our financial problems, you have to deal with this shit. Getting people to do their job, do what they say they're going to do it on time, do it right. That will go further and farther, eliminating the mistake economy. That will solve our problems. It's not going to happen because we've raised a bunch of fucking idiots. But what I finally figured out, the last time I was this frustrated, right? It was a while ago. You know what it reminded me of? Dealing with dating girls. At least back in the olden days, where you were going to go get a date, it was relegated to dating. What I mean by that is the pulling of the teeth. We're all becoming chicks now. In the dating capacity. I don't mean we're just like women generally. I'm saying the U.S. economy and probably the Western economies, we're starting to become like girls on dates, where we just obscure, dodge, drag, pull, kicking, screaming, and not doing what we said we're going to do. Where, think about it. Hey, Peggy Sue, you want to go out Friday at 7 p.m.? Shannon Rice Lewis does a great job with this, by the way. Shannon, if you're tuning, somebody tell Shannon I mentioned him. Shannon, please email me. I want to do some advertising with you. You know, Becky, what are you doing Friday night? Nothing. You want to go see a movie? Yeah. Okay. How's 7 o'clock sound? Okay. Oh, cool. I'll pick you up 7 o'clock. 6:30. Hey, just check your phone. This is when we had the phone. Hey, check it in and say you never got picked up. See? Hey, we're gonna assemble some cars today. The shift starts at 7:30, 7 o'clock on Saturday. We're gonna assemble the cars. We need you all here. We're gonna fire up the plants. How is it any different? 7 o'clock Saturday, picking up Becky or Peggy Sue, who the hell I said it was. And here goes the internet again. Here we go. So the spring didn't work. Somebody didn't do the job right. It's so great the internet is going out while I'm having this show. It's so perfect. We'll just wait. Take your time and take your time. Use UX. I'm glad. Thank God, you IT people. It's just phenomenal product you have here. Okay, we're back. So you tell me the difference. 7 o'clock, we fire up the factory. We're going to make cars. Be here, be on, 7 o'clock, we're going to a movie. Okay, fine. Going to movies should be more fun than making cars. I get it. All right. But it's a process. Time is invested. What happens? 6:30. Hey, just check it. See if we haven't heard. 6:50. Now you be thankful you guys have the internet because you will never be in this. No guy will ever be in this situation again. Where heaven forbid you actually knew where the gal lived, or whatever dorm it was, and you're on your way to pick them up, and you get there and the lights are off, and you knock on the door. Oh, fuck you, girls. Fuck you for putting men through that. Get fucked. This bullshit. You're all oppressed. Get fucked. That was horrific. You look back at it now. Did I get the time wrong? What's wrong? I don't get it. The old hit by a truck excuse. Oh, she might got hit by a truck. So what did you do? Well, you wasted your time. You could have been doing something else that Friday night. You keep calling. Hey, what's going on? Where's the thing? Where's the stuff? You said you're going to do X. You ain't doing X. What the hell? Now the internet goes out again. I gave up drinking the wrong time. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it on my end, if I'm robotic-y or not. I get a meter that shows it's going down. This isn't a way to live. That's my point. This is not a way to live. It's one thing once a month the girls are standing you up and you say, "Hey, what's going? Why not? Da da da. Where are you?" Heaven forbid they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Lame girl excuse number 327, whatever the fuck the excuse was. You can't run an economy like that. You all can't be a bunch of girls in the late 90s, like flaking on dates. Except this isn't the dates and this isn't the 90s. This is everyone's fucking job, and they're not doing it. And then if you do go on a date, how's the delivery? How's their performance? How was your day? Fine. What'd you do? Not much. Fucking turn that car right the fuck around, drop her off. It's the same thing. You do like the minute. A friend of mine was telling me about this manufacturing plant in Wisconsin where it's union. And I think they have a quota. They got to make 200 Fiji widgets a day. And and he was telling me the same concept that I had, like, well, you're there for 8-hour shifts. So do you compete? Do you try to make more fizzy widgets than the guys on the next line over? What, do you make two? He's like, they make exactly 200 fizzy widgets. I'm like, they don't, like, you'd think there'd be like a little bit of overage. Oh, we assembled the raw materials for the fizzy widgets. Oh, yeah, run another 15, okay, so we got 215 fizzy widgets, and we finished it off. No, there's not that maturity. There's not even that logic or common sense. The union, they'll slow production down. They'll take cigarette breaks and they'll wait. They got down to a science, and they'll wait until it's like, all right, runner. And then 200 fizzy widget comes out, and then they lag around for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and they go home. That's the fucking shit. That's chick shit. That's chicks on a fucking dates in the 90s shit. It's the fucking chicks on dates in the 90s economy. Instead of just doing your fucking job, doing it right, and it's the same 8 hours. You're never going to see it again. Why not, like, let's do a competition? And why not for the sake of good? Why not? What is smoking a cigarette versus pulling a lever? What's the difference? Nope, you're all going to drag your feet. You're all going to drag your ass. You're all going to deliver subpar to do the very bare, unlike the guy at the Japanese steakhouse who's exceptional. And guess who's going to do better in life? And that poor guy who's got hustle and trying. But see, that poor guy's going to be sent out there like me, like you. We're going to be sent out there with a bunch of these ass draggers. A bunch of these just don't do it. And it's going to happen. And I've talked about it, guys. Like what? The piece of wood in the engine bay that caught fire, your mechanics. Heaven forbid when this starts happening in the medical industry, "Oh, yeah, we forgot to attach your foot," or whatever's gonna happen, I don't know. Gas pumps that don't work. I guess the minorest of things would be that you get the wrong coffee order, but when you add it up that it's like 70% of your everyday interaction with human beings, it won't work. It's not gonna happen, and I don't know what kind of economy we're in now. Like, this isn't a Soviet economy. This isn't a capitalist economy. It's a weird, new, completely different DNA born out of the traditional types of economies, but we're like this dysfunctional, ass-dragging, mentally ill. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it sure the fuck isn't increasing anyone's standards of living. It's ruining everybody's lives, and you're not soon. Here's the other thing. People need a reason to live. It's already hard enough just to get food, clothing, and shelter, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, especially when you're younger, okay? But then beyond that, you'd like to make some kind of progress. The main goal of economics is not, uh, gross income, it's disposable income. It's the stuff that you have beyond food, clothing, shelter. Like, that's the fun stuff. Now I could go to Disneyland. What I can't imagine what a nightmare that is. How many lines? How long is it? It's probably not even fun. What's the point of working harder or having all this extra money if you got to go out into society, and society is so fucking stupid, so fucking dysfunctional. It aggravates you, makes you angry. You're going to have a ton of people becoming recluses, and they're just going to have all their money accumulate. What would you do with it? I know what I'm doing. I'm definitely going overseas. My shift is going from low taxes, stable economy, although that I'm looking at obesity rates, and I'm also gonna be looking at punctuality. I'm not dealing with this shit. The sad irony or tragedy, I finally made it to my favorite place in the United States. Like, my favorite place in the entire country, and I still gotta deal with fuckwits. Yes, I get to go hiking. Yes, there's motorcycle. Yes, it's warmer. Yes, there's nothing wrong with the land, and I got some great friends. But this country, the people, even in South Dakota, I God, I had to give up Perkins. Remember how much I liked Perkins? Think about it. If I can't have French silk pie with my bacon and a Diet Coke, that's what I have. Don't judge me. It's kind of contradictory. Yes, it is. Shut up. I can't have that now. All right. Well, that was kind of a treat I looked forward to. The sexes, I would say, if y'all want to get sexy and hot, start having sex, that would drastically increase standards of living without even talking about fiscal monetary policy. But we know that would require effort in gym. I If you can't go and participate in society because society is getting dysfunctional, it doesn't matter where you live. And so the irony, the tragedy, I finally kinda got my house, everything's kinda so, "Oh, no, your deck doesn't work." "Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna have to work on that now." I'm tired. And I guess the thing I wanna point out to you guys here, because it's only gonna get worse. It's like right now, here's the process, alright? Here's the process. You all grumpy old capster, oh, Grumpster Cappy yelling at clouds. 10 years from now, you're like, "You remember that pissed off old man who's even now more older and more pissed off? Holy shit, was he right 10 years ago?" That's what's gonna happen because it's only gonna get worse. But I wanna point out to you guys, because the average person is too busy to get the bird's eye view of this bullshit. You're too busy dealing with your own problems at work. You're too busy cleaning up shit that you're going through life just the same way as me, and like having to deal with every incompetent fuckwit moron. And then you get home, you know what? Yeah, you do want to drink some Rumple Mints and play some video game. I get it. I totally get it. But this is not acceptable. It isn't. This is not an acceptable society we have here, where people don't do their fucking job or do what they're told to do. Not even Not even employment. I get not doing your job, but hey, I'll see you guys there at this time. And they don't do it. I'm sick and tired of the dysfunctional, inferior people who don't honor their word. And if you're not going to honor your word, then nothing matters in this economy, let alone society. It doesn't matter if it's showing up for a job or showing up to go do the fun thing that everyone said you're going to do, or do the thing you're going to do for whatever Christmas Day or Thanksgiving dinner. No, it's over. It's over. If people aren't going to do what they say they're going to fucking do, because you're just ultimately such worthless, lazy sacks of shit. Why should we have a society? Why should anyone leave? Why should anyone work? And it's not you guys. It's not you. And it's almost like being in a not an abusive household, but a mentally ill household. Like, this doesn't make sense. Why is it? Because people aren't doing what they said they're going to do. They're not being logical. And it's not you. I've said this a million times before. It's not the individual that's wrong. It's society, especially today. But this is a whole new level where every human interaction. Think about this. Think about this. Take an inventory. Take an account. Go out in the course of the day, and just whether it's something as minor as the boomer driving idiot in his Subaru who just stands there at the green light. Oh, okay, that's delaying you. The person that gets your order wrong, that's delaying you. The software that doesn't work the way it's supposed to, or Microsoft just took the functionality away, that's delaying you. It's also preventing you from achieving the standard. I'm not talking about buying a Bugatti. I'm talking about a fucking slideshow on a fucking thumb drive to recognize a fucking thumb drive. That's a whole new level of torture, a whole new level of insanity. And it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And it's one thing if you're a lazy welfare collecting piece of shit. That's fine. You're not out there trying to make moves. I can't imagine if you're like, well, I can't imagine because it's me. Like, you're out there hustling, trying to work on projects, get things done. Even just death by a million mosquito bites. So I got the poles, you put in the slide. I had to go get some poles. I had to paint some poles there. I had to paint spray can. So shake it up. And then another spray can. So I'm going to spray the thing, and all of a sudden my hand is turning black. I'm like, why is my hand turning black? There's a leak on the spray nozzle. Right? I don't think it's the paint's fault, because I had to throw away like 3 cans of insect killer repellent. By the way, I got black widow spiders. I guess they like my house for whatever reason. But I went, shake it up, spraying for, wasps and other things. And also my hand is just caked in that stuff because the spray nozzle. So the spray nozzle, some assholes, I think it's plural, to save half a cent on a can of spray, whether it's paint or whether it's insect repellent. Some asshole MBA or some fuckwit at the factory, some asshole, or somewhere at the plastic manufacturer, because it's a little plastic thing. Somebody decide to not do the job. And now those cans of insect repellent, throw them away. You just wasted all that GDP. What's going to happen is the chemical? I know, put a mask on. I'm not breathing insect repellent. Now it's on my hands. Is this going to cause me cancer down the road? Because we couldn't spend an extra penny on having a good seal on tight on the spray can. All of that, all of it, every little thing in your life, every little object is going to fuck up because the people who make them are fuck ups. And I love people. Why are you so angry? Oh my God. Why aren't you more angry? Oh, because I jerk off to the porn. I live at home with my parents. Okay, never. Maybe they're smarter than me. So there you go. I guess we'll go through the super chats. I got a lot of stuff to do. Cynic at Chief $2. I'm at the bank making my final mortgage payment. Outstanding, Cynic. Outstanding. Was there any fuckery going on there? Did they screw it up? Nonstop Dre, $5. How do feminists like their drink just like their babies? Oh, God, geez. Oh, shaken and stirred. Cappy is making the Carlson School proud with his degree. Too ahead of his time. Thank you, Dre. Reen Schwartzer, $5. Cappy, we're in tech, though, and there's no women. So like HR, we're just going to make new rules for computers because it's all we have. Laugh out. Right. There's also now, there's not just mistakes, but there's also continual improvement beyond what was optimal. So we're going to add all this functionality that none of you ever asked for. You could see that in software, and I could use Microsoft Office 2003 for the rest of my life. I don't need more functionality than that. But but what will we do? I don't know. Go do something else. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy likes his women like his games. Pay to win. You're not wrong. That'd be even another one. Like even seeking arrangement. There's another example. You'll see. Go out with the new eyes I have given you, and look to see if I gave you the glasses like Rowdy Ryder Piper did, and they live. Go and see if I'm not wrong. But seeking arrangement, see that what pisses me off is the titles, especially in jobs. You will be an analyst, and you get the job. No, you're a glorified secretary. You'll be a programmer. No, you're not. You're just gonna like touch up this thing over here. All right. Um, but with the seeking arrangement, it started off. It was a prostitution site. There you go. That's what it was. Sugar baby side, I guess, if you want to be a little bit more diplomatic. And now they got rid of the arrangement. Now it's just called seeking because women got pissed off for whatever reason this time. And I saw it because I had clients like, yeah, I have several friends who use it. Like, yeah, they come over, we have sex. It's wonderful. Kind of chill out, relax. I'm like, oh, okay, that saves time. And now you can't mention payment. That's like going to a football game and they don't have teams. It's just an empty field. I don't know what imagine the time you wasted on that. Well, it's seeking, but oh no, we don't do any of that sex stuff. Oh my God, how dare you, sir? Last week it was all about the Benjamins. Now it's what? Glorified bullshit? If you read their website, it's some brilliant propagandist marketing. Like Oprah herself must have written it to convince women that, like, oh my God, you're just brave and amazing. Hey, meeting men who deserve you deserve it, blah, blah, and then putting power in your control. Get the fuck out of here. Generation Apollo, $5. Have you watched Louis Rossman? He talks about, oh yeah. See, now here goes the internet. Hang on. We just gotta wait. Gang. This is how it is. Waiting. All right. He talks about poorly designed technologies and how companies intentionally make them hard to fix yourself. Yes. Someone sent me a link to him. I watched a couple of his videos. He was talking about Hewlett Packard and how they had their subscription ink service. This is so short-sighted. People are just going to stop, and I think people are going to riot. I think they will. You're going to have a lot of falling down scenarios where, I would love to. I would love to go into. See, here's the internet again. I'm just going to finish. I would love to go into Office Depot and just smash up Hewlett Packard, all of them. I'd love to go and smash up all the Govies. I would love to go to Madison, Wisconsin, and say hi to the men and women over at American Family Insurance. And I'd love to find my internet provider. Look at this. Someone's watching TV. Look at this. Who's watching TV at 10:30 in the morning? Hang on. Let me tell. Oh, did it come back? I'm going to have to end it early because I want to get through some fan mail. No, I can't. See, and it delays my day. Could you imagine? I don't know. Is it better in Japan? Is it better? Like, does that extra 5 or 6 IQ points help? Can't hurt. I'm sorry. Nonstop Dre. For a 5-foot guy, Cappy has high expectations of others. Yes, yes, I do. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the Fears. I remember 2 years ago, I stopped by a Petro in California. There was a Popeye's chicken. I ordered strips with fries, also red beans and rice, and the girl gave me a look, either to be, gave me the look, either or to be continued. I knew she was going to mess up my order, and sure as shit, she did. All I got was fries with my strips, but no red beans and rice. It keeps happening everywhere. Right. Now, you and I are not going to die because of that, but we are going to die if somebody makes the wrong spring in the car and the airbag. I'm sure, well, you're a truck driver, Alex. I'm sure if someone doesn't put the right tire pressure in, I mean, there's a piece of machinery that better work well. And it's the tedium, man. It's the tedium. Oh my God, all the video. And that's another thing. Like, you want to talk about bait and switch. I don't know why video games are even advertising anymore. I don't know why you guys advertise. Baldur's Gate, that was one of the best games. It was average. It was very average, but given compared to all the, oh my God, it's great. No, it's shit if you're gonna lie about it. Reen Schwartz or $5, one of two. So Cappy, don't you think women would have to be the first to say, men, we are wrong. We do need you, particularly the majority as men. And so, yes, because, well, they have the age, they have the choice. They've made the choice. They were the first people to make the choice. They left men. Men didn't really leave women. And now the red pill is reacting to women leaving men. And also women, they changed they changed the dynamic. They say, no, we want to be independent, meaning we also want to make our own decisions. And they have made their decisions. They left, generally speaking. So, okay, they left. What are we going to do? Hunt them down? I don't want to play tyrant. I don't want to force people to like me. You can't force people to like you. So women are going to have to admit and say, we're sorry. Look, all women says, we don't want to come to the negotiating table. We don't want to conduct business with you. All right. Okay, that's it. I guess we're not having a meeting then. Which is why I'm like, see, guys keep sitting at this business meeting where women said they're not going to attend, and you guys kind of like, but girls, and I'm like, you should leave the meeting and go outside and play. The corporation's over, the business is over. You guys just keep showing up to work all the time. I don't know why. Yeah, they would have to come back, because otherwise, yeah, it's like dancing. If either the guy or gal doesn't want to dance, you're just going to stand there by yourself. Evan M, 5 Canadian, government spending is part of GDP. So you can max out GDP by borrowing trillions and pissing it all away. Right. And that's another thing where, government spending money on whatever various physical projects, they throw that into GDP, bridges to nowhere. Welfare is not considered part of GDP. That's called an income transfer. At least they're actually honest about that when it comes to the accounting of GDP. Reen Schwartzer, $5 again, are generally okay. Particularly the majority, as men as a whole, are generally concerned with how to get laid. What are the chances that happens? Also, what happens if men do passport retire early? Okay, get my book. I talk about that, Reen. I go through different scenarios as to what happens as men retreat out of the economy because women aren't there. What are generally concerned? What are the chances that happens? The chances are 0, and then it will be 100%. Because men, we produce everything the world relies upon. Their survival, everyone's survival, including yours and mine, are dependent upon men. Not all men, some key and critical ones, of which I break that down in the book. And once these men are no longer incentivized, because there's a lack of women, a lack of family, and they just produce what they need to survive for their individual selves, the infrastructure will decay and ultimately collapse to the point it can no longer support the population that's there. Somewhere in that point in time, or shortly thereafter, you will lose law and order because there won't be enough electricity, there won't be enough gas, cops, there will be no law, the government will cease to function. And once you have that, you'll have anarchy. Then there will be nothing produced. We go to a warlord state, and then if women want to survive, they will have a choice, which I There's an entire chapter on choices. You can have sex or you can die. That will be the women's choices. And in the sex choice, you may not even have a choice. You can go and voluntarily have sex with that guy over there. Choose a guy. All right. Or a guy's going to choose you and you're going to have sex whether you like it or not. And women may, oh, that's horrible. That's raising. Yes, it is. And who are you going to complain to because there's no electricity and therefore no state, no government, no law, no cops? Remember, all cops are bastard, but your raising warlord is even worse. And then for you gals who aren't even physically attractive, it will just be death because you will have no use or value. So women, there's a 0% chance now because they don't want you. That's how simple, generally speaking. But then when it comes to death or sex, there will be 100% chance they'll be looking for guys then. We're talking down the road, and I don't think it'll be in my lifetime, thankfully. If you want to see it, go look at Venezuela. You can kind of see they're like halfway there. You're going to see what it looks like. Nonstop Dre, $2 Cappy's PhD economic theory, orgasms per capita. There you go, man. We laugh at it, but I guarantee you that actually has some valid economic value. If we went and looked at that, orgasms per capita, guarantee you it would correlate positively with economic growth. However, we'd have to make an asterisk. It would have to be between a man and a woman, not porn. It couldn't be prawn induced. It would have to be an actual sex resulting orgasm. And then you'd see higher economic growth. You would. Nonstop Dre, $2 Cappy likes his men like his sushi fast and raw. Jesus, Dre. Nuvok01, new guy, $5. A donation to the Get Aronson Tig Bitty Redhead Fund. No, I think it's going to be lawyer up and go after contractors fund. I think I'm going to war. I'm going to fight. I'm done playing defense. And that's what we're doing. That's what this economy is. All we're doing is playing defense. I'm done. I want blood. I want vengeance. I mean, I got a little bit out of American Family. I cost them more than they cost me. Oh, by the way, I'm still waiting for my final payout from American Family. Because that's what and then there's the follow-up. Like, you do all this stuff, then it's like, okay, now someone has to pay me, or I got to pay somebody, and you're like waiting to see if the payment went through. Like, that's the bow on the present. Like, okay, this project is done now. Like, the payments have been transferred. I'm still waiting for American Family to give me my money. Because that's what we want to do. We want to be logging in and looking at our bank account all the time. That's what life is about. Hey, did the rat bastard that said they're going to give me the money, give me the money? It's babysitting. That's what we want to do in our life, is babysit everyone. I'm, again, not a big Democrat, but after dealing with all these corporations, especially now that they're going woke, man, I could use some old school 80s Democrat when we bring these corporations down. They're scum. They're fucking scum. Sorry. Looking forward to the audiobook release of your latest book. Yep, it'll be coming out probably January. And here's another, I'd like to be advertising it. But no, I got to deal with all this other. Oh, and by the way, there's this other thing called living life, like making a living, going to the gym, being healthy, getting groceries, like somewhere in there. Think about this. Forget taxes and money. What if it gets to the point that you have to spend so much fucking time to do basic errands that you don't have the time to get groceries anymore? You can't make it. I bet you it's already happening. Some people are probably so busy. It's not even an issue of wealth. It's not even an issue of whether you could afford healthcare. How many of you are so fucking busy because that you don't have time to go to the dentist as you should, or set up your will, or go to the doctor? Forgive. I honestly, I'd be curious. Remove wealth. Remove your income. I'm wondering if poor and rich alike don't go to the dentist because we ain't got time, because we're dicking around with bullshit. And the rich might have the money to do it, but they don't have the time to do it because they got to fucking deal with whatever, a toilet not working. Rubber band of power in full effect on the mic. Yes. Yes, it is. Remember when the old one broke and I just bought a new blue rubber band? Reed Schwartzer, $10. Crappy did a competition at the office. Our manager got called in by HR and was told they can't do competitions. It's excluding people and creates a hostile environment. I got in trouble. The same thing when I taught an economics class. We did a competition. Oh, I'm sorry, a statistics class. And it's excluding people. I get your money and leave, Reen. If you could, man, just leave. Bunch of women. There. We're all becoming chicks. It's an all chick economy. It's not fair. There was a winner and loser. Yes, it was totally fair. We did better. We worked harder. Nonstop Dre, $2. Coach Greg Adams calls the normies oxygen thieves. Yep. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the look. Let me just point out. Look how. Let's be very honest. How fortunate I am. I have 27. It lists the number of super chats. I have 27 super chats. 27 of you guys, or multiple donations from one person, have kindly decided to give me money for this. All right. I should be in a great mood. Where am I going to? You guys all know, like, okay, I got to get a radon evacuation system. I got to get paint. I got to buy new cans of paint so I could spray paint. And I got to get new insect repellent. Like, I wish all the money went to like little kids, like for gifts. And then for me to like go get some fun video games and go on. It doesn't go there. I bet you 70% of it goes to mature adult responsible things, of which 100% of that crap is cleaning up other people's messes. So some of your money is going to be going to lawyers now. Oh, fun. Oh, joy. There are some places I've delivered metal sheets to them. I get there early. I'm ready to get unloaded, but then they go take their union mandated 30-minute break. I'm therefore delayed for another load. Alex, don't even get me started about how you can have a domino effect. Somebody screws up something at one point in a process. It just I saw that with people building houses. Somebody didn't do the framing right. All right, now the electricians are delayed. Now they got other schedules. Oh God, I'm sure you could tell plenty of stories, but if you've ever dealt with contractors and builders, holy shit. Well, it should take us 2 months. No, it's going to take you 6 because you're too busy having sex with your sisters and doing pot and showing up drunk or not showing up at all. That's what it is. And then because certain things have to be finished, but it's like an assembly line. We could think about that. Remove the money, cost, and just remove all that. It should take about 2 months to build a house, but it takes 6. If people didn't screw up, you could have built 3 houses in that time. I'm only looking at time. If we could triple the U.S. house supply, do you think our housing problems would go away? Again, I haven't even talked about taxes or monetary policy or interest rates. Just simply doing your fucking job. Can you see how much more wealthy we'd be? And then Alex could go and deliver quicker, save 30 minutes there, maybe 30 minutes. And now he saved an hour of his day. Now he can spend time with his children and family and actually enjoy life. It's not function. Wait, at the cellular unit, the average American is becoming a worthless piece of shit that is zero value. Zero. My truth, the king, $10. I'll take a stab at it. It's an economy running on fumes, hence the explosive nature and phenomenons we're witnessing. Too much success made those who didn't earn it actually believe their delusional feelings. It's also just telling people they're amazing and brave and that they don't have to work or do their job right. It's you'll see it. Mexi Man and cheese, $5. Lots of people push trade school. It's good, but my worry is that it will eventually turn into the college system. Prices go up, loans introduced. Well, go now then. And as I've said before, I get a kick out of people. Says plumbers only make $34 an hour. It's like, yeah, those are your drunk, hungover, piss poor plumbers. The ones that run the business, the ones that actually show up on time, they charge $300 an hour. And then they do the job. And you know what? They're worth every penny. You got a choice. You could be the cousin fucking tradesman, or you could be the real tradesman. Which one do you want to be? Which one? Nonstop Dre, $2. Good news. 973% increase in heart failure. Really? 973%? That is good news. Van Gort, new guy, $5. Went to the bank. Yes, oh, you went to a physical bank, Van, huh? I bet. I bet. To deposit a check took an hour. They only had one front desk person for 20 people in line. Here, Cappy, you take my money. I'm sympathetic with you, sir. I went to Bank of America in Vegas. Oh my God. I, I am such a believer in online banking now. And they're closing those banks. And I don't know what yet. Nonstop Drake, $2. South Korea has the best internet really fast. I thought it was Romania. Not to say South Korea doesn't, but I think I might. Maybe I'll just go to South Korea. I don't know. I'm no economist, but 10 Bulgarian dollars. Cappy, admit you had a hand in writing the South Park Pandaverse episode. I did not. If I had a hand in it, it would have come out 10 years ago. Your handiwork was showing, especially in the handyman bits. Also, shameless plug for my channel. All right, there you go. Let's go. Subscribe to I'm No Economist, but nope, $5. I'm just here for the best girl thumbnail. Yep, Coronachan is our Lord and Savior, the great and merciful Coronachan. Nonstop Dre, $2. Why do men naively believe in love, unlike women? They want to. My truth, $10. You paint and describe sex or death like that wasn't already the case back before the tribe. Yeah, no, it was. It was. Back before the tribe expanded to a village and then the daddy government. That acts as the warring tribe who enslaved the men instead of ending them. Don't worry. We'll go back. We're going back. Please, guys, go get that book. It paints it so beautifully. It just like this. You're like, oh. Stan the Milkman, $2. Is called a cock up cascade event. Interesting. All right. Let me go through some fan mail. Mark McGonagall, hi Aaron. Here's the Cliff Notes versions on land trust. Feel free to use it for a video if you like. This would help some guys that may have paid for a home and are considering mortgage or cohabitation in the wrong state. It's been 3 years since I set one up, and I'm no lawyer. It's completely possible. Things have changed in some places, although I doubt it. Land trusts have been around forever. So this is like you want to get married, but you don't want your wife to divorce you and get your house. In the real estate world, land trusts are a great way if you want to maintain anonymity as an owner. Properly structured, they are also a great asset protection to avoid probate. They are not good for rental property. Most lawyers will stare blankly at you because they've never dealt with these. More on that later. Now that I live where most of my rental property is, I did not want to be easy to find in the event of crazy and pissed off tenant. LLCs are great for liability protection, but all the owner information is public in just about every state except New Mexico and Wyoming. My New Mexico attorney told me there has been talk of New Mexico changing this, and I know nothing about Wyoming LLCs. In most places, at the county assessor's office, the owner will be listed as the trustee. For example, my Ohio real estate attorney is the trustee for my home. If you look up my house on the assessor's website, it simply says Catherine Greenwald, no mention of Mark Magana, or that there's even a trust in the place that is visible to the public. The county employees and probably a title company would like to see it as, okay, it's just long and lengthy, but basically, if you want your wife and people not to find you or they can't see you, put it in a trust, and there's a way through an LLC and a registered. So you set up a company or a trust in an LLC in New Mexico or Wyoming. A state registered agent is listed as the owner, not you. And so therefore, any assets or property that is owned by that trust, they're listed on there and no one could come get you. So you could actually own your own house, lie to your wife saying, I'm renting this house, paying yourself via the trust. And she won't even think. And then she looks in the lawyer, trying to find, what is his assets? Well, he rents to some company out in Wyoming. Do it, guys. Do it. You could look it up there. This is a marriage story. Thank you. Yeah, it was a pretty awful experience overall. I don't think that it'll be an issue. Unfortunately, debts can't pass to offspring anywhere, I think, and legally emancipating as an adult. As to the question you asked in the video, was she very attractive? Other kids in school that saw her would even comment on it. She didn't have much trouble getting new guys after she ditched my dad, but she couldn't keep them. Okay, so this is your mom. I lost count of how many new boyfriends I got to meet along the way. However, there's more to it than that. My dad was very Christian and believed that marriage was forever. Ha ha. Oh, stupid man. He did his best to try to salvage the situation. He was also one of the few people in the country who actually cared about his kids. This is a major part of why I find the situation inexcusable, not only for what she did, but for what the court system did. Oh yeah, this is the one where your dad had a kid when he was in the military overseas, and then they came after him for child support, and your family got poor. This is a major. He did nothing wrong, and even despite the divorce, tried to do the best he could for his children. The system instead prevented him from doing so. As much as people like to say, just fight, bro, the system genuinely doesn't care. If you're a man, you just lose. Divorce court proceedings are not about fairness or the best for the children. They're about bullshitting their way to they're about bullshitting their way to she gets everything. Fuck you. Never visit your children again. Other parts of the legal system also don't help. I've known guys that went to jail for getting stabbed by their girlfriends. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh, but this is. And you guys, a couple super chats back were asking me, do you think women are ever going to come back to the table? Why would they? They got the money. They got government support. They can have sex with any guy. Would you go back? Look, hey, the government pays for you. If you have children, the government pays for you. It'll also go after your ex to get some extra money. You might get the house, good chance of that. And then and it's brave, empowering, and amazing to have sex with all the women you want. You're going to give that up? You're going to go to the table? Anyway, my mother did eventually remarry, but I was nearly done with high school by that point, so it didn't do me much good. Granted, as you said before, if there's a step or half anything, yep, any step siblings or half siblings, something has gone wrong and the situation is just bad. As to the legal system in these cases, one reason men stick around is because they know bad shit will happen even if the husband files for divorce. This will commonly also get twisted into him abandoning his family and used against him, even if there's hard evidence or abuse on her part. I hate to say this, but if that happened, like, hey, look, the kids can either hang out with me or not. And my kids didn't want to hang, this is assuming I got divorced. And if the wife or the ex turned them against me and they're like, I hate dad, dad's like, I'd walk away. I know you wouldn't know if it was your kid. You're right. You're right. I wouldn't know. Never been a dad, don't want to be in that position, never will be. But after a while, like if your kids hate you, what do you do about that, man? I've seen men just lose all their money trying to fight for kids that don't love them. It's sad. I don't know. I'm not criticizing them. It's just I don't know. I'd think I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. I'd be like, here, meet me when you're 30. When you figure it out, meet me when you're 30. One of my old gaming buddies from back in the day had to go through a years-long custody battle with his ex-wife, even though he had documented proof that she was not only neglecting and abusing the children, but was dealing drugs out of the trailer she was living in. Yeah, why do I'm gonna go to the hut. I'm gonna go to my Croatian hut. At this point, men in general, I think now that you don't call the police on any woman for any reason, as she isn't going to get in trouble or anything. I've been in some really bad situations where a woman involved should have gone to jail, but the only option was really just to kind of accept, well, I guess this is happening. Trust me, things are far worse than you think. I hope not, man. I hope not. Thankfully, it looks like the stories are finally getting told. There are so many horror stories that are going to start coming out relating to this stuff. In any event, if you plan on, let me know what you're planning on doing with the Dodge Bullet story. Just there, that's it. I just wanted to read it. And now the real reason is I can start cleaning out my email. Isn't that nice? Sasa, speaking of Croatian huts. Hi, Aaron. I found you about 4 years ago. Your book, A Curse of the High IQ, was very helpful to me. I have noticed that from time to time you mention your Croatian hut. I do not know if you have it, plan to get it, or this is just something you say for fun. It's for fun. As born and raised Croatian, I can give you some tips. Feel free to contact me if you want them. I understand why you would want to move there, but Croatia is also a shithole in some respects. I said, would love your opinion. And he wanted to do Video call, I don't guys, I don't have time for a video call. I have to I have to deal with women in the '90s dating society. I have to deal with the adult children of the world. Here's a good news story. Been with my missus for 30 years. She was raised by the silent generation grandparents, ultra conservative. Her biological mother was a train wreck and lost custody of her two daughters. She cheated on her husband, blew all the money, and he let her run the household finances, lost the car, lost the house. This all happened over 1 week in the '70s. The missus was a straight A student in school, never went to university as she wanted to work. Got retrenched from her first job at a place, went door to door salesman, and got a job as a well, your wife is a very unique and accomplished woman, so I can't really there's no other woman like her. I literally mean that, both descriptively and as a compliment. That's a unique job she got. She learns quickly and pays meticulous attention to details. She is now in her 50s, worked at that place 10 years until she had her first child. I met her in the '90s when I bought a home, and she did the work that she did on the home. I work at a real job and have done so for 35 years. I'm 55 years old. We run our home, no debt, spend much less than earned. We have two sons in their 20s. Eldest is a carpenter, just finished his apprenticeship and started his own business, no debt. Business growing strongly, easy folk. Okay, all right, Mr. Dipshit tradesman. It only pays $25 an hour. Business growing strongly as he focuses on quality, efficiency, and delivering on his word. Take your dick out of your sister's mouth, sit down the fucking pot, and do your fucking job. Accounts receivable no longer than 2 weeks or 10K, whichever occurs first. Second son works in security, no debt, owns all of his assets, very good saver, lives way below what he could. Wife and I have had our issues, but always resolved them. She's an incredible mother and household finance manager. I'm the product of a broken home and didn't want that for my kids. From an early age, I've instilled in my young men the following philosophy. You must know how to physically defend yourself. You must create an income that's scalable and frees you from work or give you choices. You must work towards owning 100% of your time on earth. We are from a place. We are blessed. There you go, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate it very much. God, we got a lot. Let me play catch up on the super chats. Reen again, $5. Cappy, how long do you think we have to head overseas before the economic collapse in the bed? I don't know. I can't guess it. I mean, obviously, if you're in San Francisco, it was 5 years ago. Seattle, Portland as well. I don't know, man. And here's another thing. Always playing defense. That's defense. That's insurance. You got to go, and that's you got to travel overseas and go look. I'm dealing with leaking oil on my cars. I'm dealing with blocks of wood in my car. Oh, by the way, everyone, South Dakota's full of white people. Okay, in case you were thinking like, well, we just got to get back to values and a white country, yeah, you haven't been to Wyoming. This is happening everywhere. It is moot to even talk about race. Everyone is a fuck up. Everyone. So yeah, I don't know, man, but don't wait for it. Go do it. I'd like to, but I gotta deal with another project. And see, here's another thing where you wonder, is it ever gonna end? And I don't think it is. Because your life needs maintenance and repairs. You're gonna have to interact with humans. And I'm getting to the point where, this should have been done a year ago. There's obviously always new things that have to be done with the house. There are gonna be mistakes, but and not even with the house. I have to worry about spray cans spraying paint all over my hand. I gotta worry. If I have to worry about everything, like everyone in society not doing their job, you're never going to live a life. You're just going to be a slave to other people's mistakes. And I'll go overseas. We'll see. But it could be, yeah, I'm getting my Thai hut or my Croatian hut or whatever. Nope, I'm just renting this. I'm not building anything. I'm done. I'm just done. And I'm not kidding. Good internet, thin people. Cappy Stan. Let me ask for those of you in Dubai, Islam, where, hey, there's some rules you follow here. And those rules keep people in line. Is it more efficient? Is it I don't know. Do you I know you don't have to deal with poop in the streets. I get it. But does the internet work? Um, I'm sure traffic is bad everywhere, but do your tradesmen get this shit done? I'm curious. I want to know. Designs, $5. Being right about the science jabs has been an awful experience a lot. Has been an awful experience. A lot of my family and friends are sick, not understanding why nothing can be done. I man, the amount of time you just got to walk away. Just walk away and walk the path. Kevin Hamilton, field report. I already did this. Kevin just writes, order your book. Looking forward to reading it, looking at the data. Hope you have a great time being the world's greatest uncle. That's from Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. And then Christian girls. Do I want to do this? Happy Thanksgiving, assholes, so you can see how far back I'm delayed. And this is one of the more recent ones. For the guys interested in Christian girls, I sent a happy Thanksgiving note to my Christian friends. The response in the group chat from the women was generally hate and discontent because that is not a Christian thing to do in their mind. What? Happy Thanksgiving? Just fuck off. Jesus Christ. One of the men fired back, but he'll now spend the rest of his day catching hell from his wife and her friends. I like the men in the group as they're pretty down to earth and good to be around, with the exception of the times they get on me about my cigars. If God wanted you to smoke, he would have made you a chimney. Oh, God. Those guys sound like a ball of fun. But by similar logic, God gave us tobacco and Cubans to roll it so we can have and enjoy cigars. What was it? God made beer because he loves us? You can't make a Christian girl happy, just like you can't make a secular girl happy. I would argue you have a higher chance of making a secular girl happy than a Christian girl. The Christian girls of today are just they they they're mentally ill, and they got that gravity assist, like, wrapping itself around Jupiter, but it's God and the Bible. Like, here, they just beat you over the head with it. You're not as good as Jesus. Fuck you, and it can constantly no. And the irony, and so I wish you Christian boys would get this, they're not Christian. They're not. At least the secular girl is honest, like, no, I'm not Christian. The Christian girl, they're not Christian. They're lying. The secular girls are like, oh, look at this weapon. I can lord over this simp to give me all of his money. You can never make a Christian girl happy, just like you can't make a secular girl happy. You'll never live up to their ideals. I say live out your life to your Christian values. Don't piss away your youth chasing girls. They don't like you anyway. The menu is rich and enjoyable. In the pursuit of the menu, you may meet a woman along the way. I met one on the trail the other day. There you go. We're going for coffee this weekend if she shows up. Well, did she? Did she? It's been over a week now. Did she show up? Did she put the spring, meeting the resistance requirements, into the critical piece of machinery that makes our airbags for it? Did she do her job? We know how that goes. That's why coffee is set up for the normal time I'm at my usual coffee spot on Saturday morning. Look at the amount of hedging men have to do to go on dates with you. Seriously, I mean, this is not a complaint. This is a very valid and clear and bright as day. Chris, look at the hedging men have to do. The kids' gloves men have to put on because you girls don't honor your word. I don't mean to be some moralizing fire and brimstone peach. Look, you said you're going to do X, you didn't do X. Fuck off. You're a liar. It's no different than tradesmen not showing up or the doctor not doing the right thing. Gals, just say no. Or do the standard lie. I have a boyfriend. Just don't, you know. Men would take you a lot more seriously. You're worried about the oppression, and the discrimination. Well, how about you start honoring your word now? And God bless you girls that do it. Is that it? I think that's it. That's taken care of. I can delete this one. Video response. And send a PayPal. Did you see? Here's another thing. I paid you. Did you? Did you really? No, I have the ASO consulting thing open. Oh, by the way, thanks for everyone for signing up for the minimalism course. I had a fair amount of enrollments in that. For those of you who are interested in getting your financial act together and spending less than you make and giving up your addiction to spending, if you have some spending problems and financial problems, achieving minimalism theory and practice is open for enrollment. I think that's in the chat room or the comments section below. Here, I got it right here. I'll just put it in the chat. Oh, God damn it, man. Just right when you're about to click that mouse pop-up. You want to do this? Here. There, let's post that there. The good news is it's going to be in the 50s again today, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a hike. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna listen to the great one. I guess the conclusion is, I found, you're always reluctant to leave your home country, your home culture. And I think the Microsoft thing with the MP4, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back, where I'm like, this is not acceptable. This is a culture and a society that no one can live in and be happy or content. It is aggravation and perpetually being pissed off. It is constantly getting bit by mosquitoes. That's what this economy has become. All of you, corporation, Republican for-profit corporations, people socializing, obviously the government, the opposite sex. This is no. I'm not. You don't go camp by a swamp because you get bit by mosquitoes all the time. You leave. This is not acceptable anymore. You're at the point where Hewlett Packard is going to have a subscription service for your ink. I got this Canon laser printer because the old one got fried and on the lightning strike, and this thing doesn't work. I have to turn it on and off because for whatever reason, the people that programmed it so poorly that if you just leave it on, you should with a printer, it will only print one thing and then it will lose. Like what the, and I look at this and I'm like, okay, well, a lot of design and IT and infrastructure and engineering went into this. How many of these worthless things did you print off, Canon? How many? Kind of like my computer. I got to pull out the thumb drive, turn it on, then plug it back in. This I got to turn it on and on. What? Get fucked. I'm done being bit by mosquitoes. I'm done. Oh, and look. Speaking of the great one, I'm glad everyone sit down. Everyone sit down. This is gonna floor you. So I did a video a while ago. There was a gal that she was a waitress at a restaurant. I won't say where, and she was cute. And I'm like, "Are you single?" Because I'm a guy. I'm my friend. I'm a friend. I'm your brother. I got you covered. I know the great one's looking for girls. And this is a very cute, not very young, but, a youngish gal. Said, "Are you single?" "I am." "Would you like to meet my friend?" "What's he look like?" "Here's a picture of the great one." "Oh, he's good looking." I'm like, "Yes, he is." She gives me her number. Okay, I got the number. I said, "Well, let me see if it's okay that you text him because just fine, which would be fine." He says, "Yeah, sure, fine." I text her back. I said, "Here's his number. Give him a text. He's all right if you text him." I talked to him like, "Hey, did she text you?" "No, fuck off, mosquito. Just fuck right off." Why don't men take us seriously? Why did I have my phone open? What the hell did I don't know. Alex Patino, $5. Jesus made wine out of water. Yes, yeah, yes, he did. Wandering Warrior, 20 generous dollars to help crowdfund the Gen X Cappy Hiking Club. No, this is going to be the drive several contractors into the ground and bankrupt them. I'm going to war. I'm going to put on my little helmet, put on my plated armor. We're going to war. Marcel Eno, 20 Mexican pesos. He has nothing to say, just 20 Mexican pesos. Thank you. And that's that. That it. That's it. Okay. I am. Link below. Hang on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Don't save. Let me pull it up. Don't save. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. Get to that, to that, ba-ba-da. Boo-da-boo. Scrolling down. Link below. Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. There are other courses open for enrollment. If you are going to take the Achieving Minimalism course or have taken the Achieving Minimalism course, do not take the Achieving Financial Excellence course. Covers the same thing. The Achieving Financial Excellence course is kind of like an introductory, a watered down version, but with a different angle. So take if you want to take the Achieving Financial Excellence course first, and then take the Achieving Minimalism course second. Don't take them both. What the hell? I mean, or take the minimalism course, or take the excellence, Achieving Financial Excellence course, then take them in that order. You don't have to. There's that. A World Without Men. Please get that book. We are in interesting times. We got a front row seat to this. I can't wait to see what you girls are going to do with the next generation of soy boy, Zoomer, millennial, alpha types who are also not going to be tradesmen. I want to see 10 years from now. Can you imagine 10 years from now when the youngest of the Zoomers, who are teenagers now by about, when they're young 20-somethings, these girls, after being fully indoctrinated, they're innocent now, but after being fully indoctrinated in K through college, and they come out, and there are no, because in 10 years, there are going to be so many boomer mechanics and tradesmen who retire, and they're critical. It's going to be a fun time in the next 10 years. And I'm going to love to see you, girl. I want to see the girls I want to see. I don't know how to change oil. What do you mean? There will be wait times for oil changes. There will be. It'll be wonderful. And there's that there. All right. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Dear great and merciful Coronachan, thank you for your non-sentient and zero fucks given truth. The teeth and threats that have been missing so much in the real world that are yet necessary for all of us to value life, acknowledge truth, and love our fellow man. May your nature continue to expose the evil and parasitic among us, the lazy and those that put themselves above all others. Our slave masters who have kept us enslaved, teachers are going to be replaced by YouTube, and the stupid and unprepared who ride for toilet paper when there is none. Bless us, O great Coronachan, and reward us, specifically those of us who are smart enough to have a 1-month supply of toilet paper and who stocked up on 5.56 ammo as a matter of basic insurance policy. And may thine blessing come in the form of lower asset prices, less boomers, less traffic, cheap gas, and near-free airline flights. In thy name, Wuhan, Wuhan. That's it. That's it. No more super chats. Oh, wait, we got one more. Marcel again, 50 Mexican pesos. Hey, Cappy, what do you think about working at a lookout tower? Not a bad. On a hike one time, Elk Peak, Atham, look it up. Outside Hot Springs on the way to Wyoming. I'm sorry, outside Custer on the way to Wyoming. I went up on top of this hill and there was a tower and you could climb up it. There was a stairwell. I went up and there was a forest ranger. It was a chick. And I'm like, wow, chicken, wow. It didn't happen though. I talked to her a little bit and it's a boring job. You know, you just look for forest fires, but it's there. And I would think it would be something you do for a year to say you did it. And what I would do is I would use it as an opportunity to not necessarily meditate, but to clear your mind, put yourself in a lonely, to be alone, to practice being alone. I think it'd be a great place to practice and build up your ability to be alone because you are going to be alone at times. Okay, you get into the Forest Service. I'm sure you get like, I don't know, National Parks Pass. It's kind of a cool community to be in. You're going to probably meet some young people who are likely to go hiking and live life a little bit and camping. Depending on where you are, you're on a lookout tower, so you're going to be high up. So I got to imagine it's going to be beautiful. I would do it. Not, I want to make it your life career, but yeah, I'd go do it. See what it's like. And you could say, I did the lookout tower thing. You get to know yourself pretty well. And I don't know what the rules are about having internet or reading books or something like that, but I'm sure if you have a timer set every 5 minutes to look around and make sure there's not a fire kicking up, you could write a book or study or something. Uh, I don't know, it's like being a security guard with a really great view. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.